This is Make We Talk breaking news. We're getting reports that over 21 persons has been arrested in Dominica. On the line I have with me my good friend, attorney at law, Gabby Christian. So Christian, tell us what is going on. Tell us how much people again you get arrested in Dominica, please.
Well, the information we have is that almost the top leadership of the opposition and many of the civic leaders have now been arrested by Roosevelt Skerritt. Some of them have been given bail with very onerous conditions, which include that they must not speak about democracy activism, they must not speak about any of the issues in controversy having to do with electoral reform, they must not be part of any meeting to talk about democracy or anything like that. So basically, the Skerritt regime is doing what it has done in the past. People in the Caribbean must not know, but must know now, that over the past decade, Roosevelt Skerritt has had almost the entire opposition leadership in court, some of them in jail for several days, on bogus charges.
My God.
Last month, after 7 years of continuing cases against the opposition for inciting violence from a 2017 demonstration, which was held in Roseau, Dominica, because Interpol had arrested an Iranian spy in the Dominican Republic.
Whoa.
And when he was arrested, it was discovered that he was a diplomat of Roosevelt Skerritt's regime, undercover, that he had a diplomatic passport and was using that passport in his money laundering scheme because Iran was under sanctions by the United Nations for its behavior. And so, using that passport, he was able to evade different ports of entry because, Brother Tavares, when you have a diplomatic passport and you get to a port of entry, you are not served.
You're scot-free.
Absolutely. So when that was discovered and it made it play on international news, the people in Dominica protested the violation of our country's honor and the violation of law by Skerritt, and he came down in a crackdown and arrested about 12 people.
So, ladies and watching from around the world, the Prime Minister of Dominica has cracked down on opposition party members and locked up 21 of them, sir.
Well, let me just jump in quickly. I just had confirmation from the attorney who is doing all the interviews and processing. There are 19 persons have been processed and placed on bail. Very, very strict bail, and one individual is currently locked up in the cell, which the attorney is working on and trying to prepare bail documents. So that would put us at a total of 20. And as Gabriel told you, among the 20 include Mr. Johnson Boston, who is the chairman of the Electoral Reform Coalition. That was a coalition, a group that came together a little over a year ago to advocate and to bring the whole question of electoral reform to the citizens. He's the chairman of that electoral coalition. He's also the chairman of the Dominica Freedom Party. He was picked up, charged, and is on bail, as well as we said the former representative Danny Lugie, Hector John, were also picked up, and Rosie Phillips, an activist, and they've all been placed on stringent bail, meaning that they are not allowed to discuss the matter, and they are not allowed to engage in any political activity discussions.
Let me ask a question. Under the Constitution of Dominica, don't it give you the right to protest?
Yes, they do. Absolutely.
So
But what has happened in Dominica is that we are no longer a democracy. Dominica is today the most imprisoned former territory of the British West Indies. It is run by an absolutely ruthless dictatorial regime that has allied itself with money launderers, mobsters, and criminals who have been arrested as follows. the head of the Black Dragon Society in Macau, China, Ng Lap Seng, arrested by the FBI, jailed for money laundering, a Dominican diplomat appointed by Roosevelt Skerrit. Alison Madueke, the former Nigerian Minister of Oil, who sold an estimated $20 billion from the government of Nigeria, arrested by Scotland Yard in London. When they opened her purse, they found that she was an ambassador appointed by Roosevelt Skerrit, ambassador extraordinary plenipotentiary of the government of Dominica.
In Jamaica here, who is ambassador? What his name again from the JDF? He's ambassador plentiful.
At least he's a Jamaican. These people are not Dominicans. They are not even West Indians, and they are criminals who have been arrested. Guess who was? Francesco Corrado, arrested in St. Martin by the Italian tax police for money laundering and tax evasion, had been appointed to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations by Dominica's government under Roosevelt Skerrit. And it goes on and on and on.